What's up, besties? Okay, so I'm Manisha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a 24-hour readathon. So, it's the last day of February, so I thought how better to commemorate that than try to read as many books as possible. So my plan for this video is that I'm going to just read like favorites that I've previously liked because I want my first readathon to be like a positive experience. So the first book I thought I would read is Sadie. So I read this probably a few years ago. It's pretty short, but I think this was like my first like delving into a thriller, and I ate this up. It was so good. So I thought, let me just give it another shot. And then the second book I really want to get to is A Dowry of Blood. This is also a fairly short book, and I think I mentioned it in a previous video. It's basically a retelling of Dracula. I'm pretty hyped. Okay, so if I get to these two books, I'll be pretty happy. But, just in case I'm a little bit of an overachiever, I have decided to start Ready Player One if I have some extra time at the end. But yeah, let's see where this goes. I'm not gonna do it in the like traditional like reading for 24 hours straight because I love sleep too much. But I think my plan is to try and do 16 hours today and then 8 tomorrow. But let's see how things play out. I'm gonna just try and read as much as possible today, and then we'll do the remainder tomorrow. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so we're a little over 2 hours in. I'm about 100 pages in, so I'm a third through this book. Sadie really went through it. She's really gone through it because her sister has died and now she's just on a mission to kind of get revenge. She's really tackling things that are perhaps above what she should be tackling. And it's quite sad. So we're alternating between the perspective of the podcast and what is actually happening. So we have Sadie's perspective where she's kind of telling us what happened, and then we then flip to the podcast talking about what the police have found. So we're in current time with the podcast, and then Sadie's in the past because in current time Sadie is missing. So that's a lot. Not setting out very good. I do remember the ending, so I'm just like, I'm getting really nervous. But yeah, it's been pretty good. I took off the dust jacket. We have a little Swiss Army knife here. Switchblade? One of those. I think it's a switchblade. But yeah, I so far don't really have any strong thoughts. I think the author's done a really good job of just really establishing a lot of the motivations very early on. Establishing why Sadie's so adamant on getting revenge on who took her sister and killed her. So yeah, I really do love Courtney Summers' writing so far. I also feel like her writing it's very good at capturing the setting, because the setting is changing so much because Sadie's just driving to different locations, but she's very good at just very quickly capturing where we are and making it very easy to imagine. So I kind of love that because not every author can do that. Sometimes you have to just fill in the blanks more with your imagination than the writing filling in the blanks to your imagination. So I think she did a really good job so far. I remember why I like this book. She's very good at drawing you in, and it's a pretty short book. It's only a little over 300 pages. Like, I don't know if I mentioned that already, but yeah. So she's obviously, you have to be a very concise and effective writer to write a full story that is that short. Okay, I'm gonna dive right back in. Okay, my first book is done. Still have about 18 and a half hours to go. But first book, Sadie, that was a lot. I feel like it gives me a little life, but like YA, because nothing's like explicitly detailed like it is in A Little Life, but the same kind of trauma is alluded to. Maybe not to the magnitude of A Little Life, but it's very similar to that. And so that makes this story very sad. I think the ending was very appropriate for this type of book. I don't want to spoil it, obviously, but I think it was very appropriate. Made sense. I'm going to rate this 4 stars. That was my previous reading as well when I read it the first time. But yeah, it actually surprisingly held up. At first I was a little concerned that it was not gonna hold up. I thought it was like, oh, maybe it's not resonating as much, but I think the way that everything plays out, it definitely made me feel the same way I did the first time I read this. Okay, so up next we have A Dowry of Blood. And did I kind of match my outfit to this unintentionally? Yes. I devoured this, I'm pretty sure, in like a day or two when I first read it. So I'm very excited to relive the story. It was fantastic. Okay, second book done. I think my ratings have been very consistent from what I rated in the past compared to now, because this is another 4 star and I rated it 4 stars when I first read it. Again, if you haven't heard me talk about this is basically just looking at the dynamics that arise from having an abusive and controlling relationship with a partner. And it was quite interesting to see that dynamic placed into the story of Dracula's Bride. I don't want to really give too much away because of course this is spoiler free, but this was very interesting and just as good the second time around. No further comments. Okay, so I did not make it to 16 hours, but I am getting very sleepy. So I made it to 12 hours, 21 minutes, and 54 seconds. So I will pick this back up tomorrow. I think for my last book, I want to read something different, like something I haven't previously read, because I don't know, my mind is just craving something new and not something I've already read. So instead of reading Ready Player One, I think I'm going to give Powerless by Lauren Roberts a try. Yeah, I am going to give it a try because I have tried to, I've previously tried to start it and I put it down. But yeah, I'm going to start that tomorrow and definitely not today. Okay, see you tomorrow, y'all. Okay, let's get into Powerless. I literally know nothing about this book. I know that there's, I know what happens in the beginning because I've read it before, but I really don't know what this is about, except that, there's, people with powers, and then there's people that are, normal, and those normal people are, hunted and killed? But yeah, anyways, we're just gonna go into it. We'll see. Okay, so I am about 2-ish hours into today's attempt at the 24-hour readathon, and I really want to go for a walk because yesterday was brutal and there was no chance I was gonna go outside, but today it's much nicer. The wind is not as strong, so I have queued up Powerless on my phone. Yeah, so we're gonna listen to this while I go for a walk. So far I've been enjoying it way more. Honestly, when I tried to read it the first time, I was like really bored. It was just not giving what I needed to in that moment. But like coming back, it's very good. I feel like you just have to go into it knowing it's not very high fantasy. It's just a good time. It's just a good time. It's kind of giving me like Once Upon a Broken Heart with like the different hair colors and like the different like fairy tale vibes. But like, you know, obviously it's standing on its own because it's like more like, you know, there's not really like an actual fairy tale aspect. It's just like that kind of vibe. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go for a walk now, continue the book. I am kind of loving it. I really hope I rate it highly because so far it's going pretty good. So unless it like significantly goes downhill, I think we're on track for like a pretty high rated book. So I'm back, obviously. I have gotten to chapter 16. I'm really loving it. It's giving me Hunger Games. And like, I feel like I'm in such an era where like, I just want to read like the same story that I like read as a kid, but like aged up a little bit, or like not aged up, but like in another format. And like, I'm having the best time. This is so fun. It's literally so fun. Also like, love interests are love interesting. Like I can't even decide who I want Peyton to interact with because like, you know, they're both like so nice. I don't know, but they're really cute. The romantasy, it's yeah, I'm loving it. It's so fun. But yeah, it's giving me very strong Hunger Games vibes right now, especially where I am, because they're having like interviews. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, it doesn't tell you how far you are into it. Anyways, I'm close to the end of chapter 16. Maybe like 20, 22%? That's my guess. I don't know. I'll do the math. I'll put it right here. But yeah, I'm loving it. This is great. Okay, I'm gonna continue to listen to it because I actually like the narrators, and I feel like that's like such a make or break of an audiobook. Like if the narrator is like not interesting enough in their voice, I can't listen to it. But they have like two different narrators for Peyton and for Kai's perspective. So I'm getting it up. So I'm gonna continue listening to it. Okay, so I currently have 6 hours and 50 minutes left, and I am making some steady progress. And y'all, if you are really like 100% no spoilers, maybe skip it, but I'm just gonna read out like a quote. If I am to be her enemy, I want it to be because she loathes herself for wanting me. Sir. So I kind of think that Kai and Peyton are cute. That's it. That's the update. But yeah. This is like following something like happening to Peyton. It's so cute. It's so cute. Nothing more to say. It's so cute. I am Team Kai. So cute, so cute. That's it. That's the update. Okay, y'all. Did I absolutely fall asleep last night with like 2 hours remaining? Yes. So I woke up and then I finished Powerless. I have some thoughts, obviously. I think the world building was quite well done. We had a pretty good sense of the world, what kind of their history is, the powers that are in this world. Yeah, and like just general atmosphere and ambience, you know, kind of what the hierarchy is in this world. So I think the world building was done quite well. The fantasy in general, I feel like this book reminded me a little bit of Once Upon a Broken Heart and then a kind of An Ember in the Ashes. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of those two books. So if you like those books, definitely check it out. It was definitely very interesting and compelling. I obviously read it quite quickly. Was it because I had to or because the book was very good? No, I'm just kidding. It was very good. Oh, I feel like the main character, Peyton, I really liked her. She was very well fleshed out. We got a really good sense of what her motivations were and, you know, her kind of innate sense of justice. I feel like Kai's character was well explored and expanded upon. He was quite interesting. I really liked him. He was probably like my favorite character in the book. And then we have Kit, and Kit's kind of just like... I feel like Kit has a good intentions, but he's just a little bit too much of like a... He's just too loyal to his father to like actually like make his own decisions, and that like annoyed me. But, you know, I hope he turns it around in the next books. But yeah, overall, it was a very good book. I rated it 4.25. I think the romance definitely brought it up a little bit because this was like a YA romance, but it was very well done. I feel like the chemistry that she wrote between the love interests made me like giggle, you know, kick my legs. I was like, this is so sweet. But I think those are really like my main thoughts about this book. I think that actually concludes my first 24-hour readathon. Was this a little bit of a fail? Yes, but you know, you live and you learn. I'll do better the next time. Better planning. But yeah. Okay, thanks for watching.